And because we're starting to get into cold and chilly season, we're gonna start with warming up the small joints. Because I hope we're gonna be doing some challenging stuff today. We'll see. Okay, so let's start with the feet. You wanna bring the feet out in front of you. And we'll start with a little soft bend in the knees, and then we're gonna extend the heels away from us. And just like kind of breathe into it. Maybe relax the thighs, extend again, and then relax the calves and extend again. Excellent. All right, so release that. We're gonna do the point and flex. I'm gonna give you the option, since we got the blocks out, to actually put your legs up on the blocks. And you can do this at home with like a foam roller. It's hard to say first thing in the morning. All right, so point and flex. So you can start with doing both together, or you can do one at a time. Excellent. And then you can keep the blocks under the legs if you want to try it and see how it feels, or you can move them out of the way. And we'll start with circles. You can start with one foot, or you can do both together. They can go opposites. Excellent. All right, release that, and then we'll do the sole of the foot in and then the sole of the foot out. So supinate and pronate. So you can do together or opposites or one at a time. Excellent. And release that, and you can check it out. And then let's do opening the toes. So we're going to open the toes and then close the toes as we're coming into maybe boot weather. It's been pretty warm, but our toes kind of in those boots maybe don't get as much range of motion. Excellent. And then I'm going to come down off of this to do the last two. So we're going to bring one foot closer in and get some movement in that big toe. So just isolating the big toe. Excellent. And then we'll switch sides. Activating all those little muscles, tendons, ligaments, your nerves, all that stuff getting in there. Excellent. All right, release that side, and then we'll finish the ankles with our windshield wipers. So we're just going to go side to side. And again, we're going to spend some time with some hip work. So sending some attention into that hip socket. Excellent. And if you want, shake it out. Nice. All right, let's move up to the wrists. So if you're comfortable with your legs out straight, you can stay like that. Or if you want, you can cross the legs. All right, let's bring the arms out in front. We're going to tuck the thumb, wrap the fingers around, and make circles around with the wrist. And they can go same, or opposites, or back and forth. And then getting into bigger circles, elbows and shoulders. Excellent. And release that and shake it out. And then let's do one more with the wrist here. So we're gonna bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, and make figure eights. Excellent, release that and shake it out. And then we're gonna switch fingers on top. So if you did this one, then we're gonna switch for this one. And we'll do a couple more. Excellent, release that and shake it out. All right, so next, let's move up to the neck. So sitting up nice and tall, and again, however the legs are comfortable, you could actually, since we have our blocks out, you could sit up on a block. So we'll start with the breath. We're gonna inhale. On the exhale, chin comes down towards the chest. Inhale, bring it back up. Going just as far as is comfortable, and then exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, looking up. And exhale all the way back down. Let's do that one more full time. Inhale all the way up. And exhale all the way down. Next, let's go side to side. So we're going to inhale to neutral, and then exhale ear to shoulder. Inhale center, exhale other side. Inhale center, exhale back to the first side. Inhale center, exhale second side. Next, inhale center one more time each side, exhale back to the first side. You're going to bring that same arm out and over, resting the hand on the side of the head, making space between that ear and shoulder. And let's come into the breath here. So we're going to inhale, finding any tension in the neck or shoulders, and then use that exhale to release that tension with the breath. And one more breath here. Excellent. We're going to release the arm up. Head comes back to center. Exhale, ear to the other side. That arm comes out and over, resting on the side of the head, making space between ear and shoulder. And let's use that breath to release any tension that you're finding. Inhale. And then on the exhale, release the tension with the breath. And one more breath. And then when you're ready to release, inhale, head comes up, and arm comes out to the side. Next, one more with the neck, and we'll move down to the shoulders. Check that posture again. Inhale. On the exhale, turning and looking towards the first side, chin towards the shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Nice. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Nice. Inhale back to center. One more time each side. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Nice. Inhale back to center, and then let's move down to the shoulders. We're going to inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Excellent. And then reverse direction, inhale back and up. Exhale down and forward. Excellent. And then finish off with a couple more either direction or straight up and down. Excellent. All right. Let's come into moving the spine. So again, if you're more comfortable with your legs out, that's fine, or you can sit cross-legged. If you want, you could even switch which legs in front. And we're going to start with our cat and cow. So hands in front of the knees, if they're crossed, under the thighs, if they're out. We'll start with our exhale breath, rounding, tuck the chin and the tailbone. On the inhale, rounding up, looking up. Exhale back. Inhale. And exhale. Going nice and slow, feeling the spine start to warm up a little bit here. Excellent. And then we'll come back to neutral. So since we have the blocks out, if you want, you can do the laterals with the blocks. And what you do is just put one on the floor, hand on the block, and bring the arm up. Or if you like it without, hand on the floor. And here we go. So we're going to inhale one arm up. Exhale, bring it back. Second side, inhale. And exhale. So when you're first starting this, so maybe you're not going quite as deep as you would at maybe the end of class, or maybe you've been up and about and you're warmed up, but maybe you're going further. Either way, just going nice and slow, moving with the breath. Excellent. Let's do one more time each side. Excellent. And then coming back to neutral. All right. Gentle twist. We want to keep that in the upper half to upper third of the spine, using the gaze as so eyes move first and then the body follows, and using the breath. So inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, turning towards the first side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, second side. Excellent. And then back to neutral. Let's go ahead and do some forward folds here. So if your legs aren't out already, go ahead and bring them out in front of you. And if you were sitting cross-legged or they're kind of stiff, you can wake them up, pound them into the mat a little bit. All right, so we're going to do forward folds. You can try it with your legs relaxed and see how that feels, or if you're used to doing it with the legs engaged, you can do it that way, but see if you can try different ways to see maybe what the effects of it are. All right, so here we go. So we're going to inhale the arms up, and then exhale. We're hinging at that hip joint, fold forward. Wherever you reach down, we're going to tap the earth and come back up with the inhale. Exhale, fold forward, tap down, inhale. And exhale again. And inhale, come back up. We're going to do one more and stay down. Exhale, stay down, grab the legs wherever you're reaching. And we're going to gently pull the arms. So we're going to lengthen the spine and then exhale, round the spine, drop the chin, and melt into the pose. So maybe relax the legs a little bit and the feet. Soften the breath. Excellent. When you're ready to come out, you're gonna extend the arms over the legs, push the legs into the earth. Inhale, bring the arms up, and then exhale and release. Nice. All right, so we're gonna do seated windshield wipers, and then we're gonna come up to hands and knees. So we're gonna bring the hands behind us and bend the knees, and the feet are out nice and far, comfortably far. And we're just gonna go side to side with the knees. Excellent. All right, so release that. So we're gonna come up to hands and knees, and we're gonna do a couple of things, and then we're gonna do some hip opening lunge business. So if you have sore wrists, there's a couple of things you can do to keep them from getting too sore to start out here. So before you get onto your hands and knees, or while you're in the process, bring your blocks up front. And if you need a blanket or a towel or something under the knees, grab that. So one of the things you can do to keep the wrists staying off the wrist or elevating the weight that you're putting on the wrist is pushing the thumb into the floor and then turning the elbow pit, I don't know what else to call it, facing forward. So that's going to take the weight off. If you're like this, you're putting more of your weight on your wrist. The other thing to do is walk the hands a little bit forward. So then you have less. So if you're right under, you've got that 90-degree angle that's putting a lot of weight on the wrist. If you're back a little bit further, it's less of an angle. All right. So here we go. Let's start with some cat and cow. We're going to exhale cat. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale cow. We're going to add a child's pose on to get some more movement in the hips here. So we're going to inhale cow. Exhale cat, down to child's pose. And coming back up, inhale cow. Exhale cat, down to child's pose. One more time through. Inhale cow. Exhale cat, down to child's pose. Excellent. All right, so let's come back up to table. And for the spine, we're going to do spinal balance. All right, so options with this one, you can, if it's too much weight for the leg to be up off the ground, you can start with just the toes touching. Otherwise, lifting one leg up, opposite arm comes forward. Take a couple breaths here. Option to make it more difficult, bringing the elbow and the knee together. You can do that a couple times. And then we're extending back with the heel. Nice. One more breath here. And then release. All right, let's go to the other side. Extend that other leg back. Opposite arm comes forward. Again, option to bring elbow and knee together. Extend back with the heel, forward with the fingers. Excellent. One more breath. And then release. All right. We ready to do our lunge? Yes. All right, we're ready to do our lunge. So if you haven't used blocks before, we're going to put 3 fingers in front, thumb and pinky on the outside. So you can do tall, medium, oh no, wait, that's medium, and then low. Or if you don't need the block, that's fine too. So we're gonna bring the blocks in front, and we're gonna bring them both over towards the left side, and step that right foot out and around. And then we're gonna center it. Okay, so we have blocks under the hands and the right foot in front. All right, so we'll go through the crescent lunge and then we're gonna add a twist. All right, so this is our first stop. If you wanna stay here, that's totally fine. Otherwise, if you're ready, I'll bring the hands up onto that knee. You can stay here, or the next option is bringing the hands up towards the ceiling. And then the next option here is to do a back bend. So you can just look up towards the ceiling, or you can bring the hands back. Inhale, come back up, back to neutral, and then hands down to the knee. And here's where it gets fun. All right, so we're gonna bring left hand down to the block, right hand down to the block. And then the option is to bring, actually, it's not the option. We're gonna bring the right hand inside that right leg. So either with the block or on the floor. And then we're gonna take this left hand and we're gonna inhale, bring it up towards the ceiling. And you may not make it all the way there, and that's totally fine, unless you come down to the floor. And if you're not reaching the floor, that's fine, stay where you are. Excellent. All right, bring that hand down. So you can bring it down to the floor or your block. And then we're going to do the reverse. So you might want to come down a little lower on the block or to the floor or stay up. That's totally fine. We're going to bring this right hand up towards the ceiling. Just as far as it's comfortable. Don't worry if it's not going all the way there. Excellent. Bring that hand back down. And then you can come back to the blocks, and then we're going to switch legs. So that leg goes back, move the blocks over, or if your foot comes forward without going out and around, that's fine too. All right, so that left foot is centered. And hold on just a second, I'm just going to move this just a little bit. All right, so left foot is in front. You can stay right here. When you're ready, hands come up onto that left knee. And then next, stay here, or hands come up towards the ceiling. Next option, stay here, or come into crescent lunge. You can look up towards the ceiling, or bring the hands further back. Excellent, back to neutral. Hands come down to the knee. And then down to the blocks. And then we're going to do our two twists. So the first one, we're going to bring that left hand inside the left leg, either with the block or without. And then this right hand is going to come up towards the ceiling. And then bring that hand back down. All right, let's go to the other side. So the right hand, your other right, your other left. Hand on the block or on the floor, and then we're gonna bring this left hand up. Excellent. And then bring it back down. And then we're gonna, you can use the blocks and bring that leg back, or if you're down on the floor, that's fine too. And then let's see, so we kind of did what we do with gate pose, but just with the legs in a different place, so we'll skip that one. If that was super easy and you want to make it harder, you can do all of that. Let's see. With that back knee. Oops. Sorry, I was watching myself on the screen. You can do that with the back knee off the ground. All right, but for now, we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So walk the hands up a little bit, push that thumb in. Inhale, lift the hips up. Make the feet nice and wide. And bend the knees. And walk the dog. Coming up on the toes. And then we're going to push the hands into the earth and send the tailbone towards the back wall. So hopefully, maybe you can feel that extension in the spine. Take one more breath here. And then you can look up at the hands and walk the hands forward, or look back at the feet and walk the hands back. Bend the knees. Arms come out to the side. Inhale. All the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome sauce. All right, where are we at? So we are all vertical. We all made it? Okay. Let's come into, we'll start with the mountain pose to get our posture kind of where we want it to be. So you can start with big toes touching, heels a couple inches apart, feet hip width distance apart, or whatever your balance needs today. It can be a little bit wider than that if that feels good. All right, so what do we want to do? So we're going to bend the knees. That feels good. Neutral pelvic tilt. So I talk about this one a lot. Back and forth. Finding that neutral spot so we're not forward, we're not back. Right, neutral. And then let's do the collarbones come away from each other and or the shoulder blades come together on the back body. So imagine somebody squeezing those bottom points towards each other. And then they go in towards the heart. All right. I like palms facing forward, but I just like that in the shoulders. You might like it palms facing each other, either way. And then let's take 2 more breaths here. So if you have your balance and you want, you can close your eyes and just notice all the points of the feet touching the earth. That structural, what's holding us up, the leg bones stacked on top of each other, inserted into the pelvic area, the spine, the shoulders, that bone structure of being vertical. Okay, I think that was 2 breaths. I wasn't breathing, but hopefully you were. All right. So let's do, we're going to do our 2 moving balances. And with the first one, with the palm tree pose, see if you can feel that extension in the spine when you bring the arms up. And if we'll start with the arms first, but the other thing I wanted to say was, and I don't know how true it is. So this first part is, so you have about as many neurons in your gut as you do in your brain. So they call it your second brain. I saw recently, and I don't know how true this is, but it sounds kind of cool. So maybe I'll pass it on with a big grain of salt. Trust but verify. So I saw something that said that your calves is like having a second heart. I don't know how true that is. It sounds cool. So if you are getting your calf muscles moving, it's like pumping, kind of like your heart. So again, I don't know how true that is, but it sounds cool. So while we're doing our palm tree pose, bring your attention to your calves and then extension in the spine. 2 balls, right? We can do that. Yes. Okay, here we go. So we can just start with the arms. Inhale the arms up. Feel that extension in the spine. Exhale, bring them down. Do 2 more, just arms. Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. If you're ready, add the coming up and on the toes. Exhale down. Excellent. All right, one more. Nice. All right, check it out. Oh, I know what we're gonna do. So a lot of times I bring in some other things that aren't technically yoga, although it's all connected, so we can still use it. One of the things that I saw that is helpful for lymphatic drainage, which is kind of like our garbage disposal system. It clears out the body of things that we need to flush out. So one of the ways to do that is to come up on your toes and drop down on your heels. So if you guys want to do a couple of those, it kind of shakes up the system. And that's why jump roping is good too, but it's like, that's a big coordination to do jump roping, but. All right, awesome. So feel free to do that in your spare time too. Let's do the other one, Karate Kid or Flying Crane, whatever you like to call it. Let's do, since we're talking about neurons, let's do opposite. So opposite hand to knee. So we're gonna lift one knee up, touch it with the opposite hand, and back to start. And then the other side. So if you want to make this more difficult, you could bring the arm up and do it. And maybe that's easier, I don't know. But that might feel like more extension in the spine. Or if you like this way better. And another way to make this more of a challenge is to bring that knee up and hold it up for an extra breath. Excellent. All right, let's do 2 more times each side. Nice. All right, and release. So let's come into, I'm just gonna slide this over one more time. To warrior 1. All right, so we're gonna turn one foot out, step the other foot forward. And we'll start with that knee. So we're gonna check in with the toes first. You're gonna lift the toes up, spread them out, set them back down, nice wide toes. And then activate that inner arch, making a suction cup kind of thing. On the inside, relax that. And then the outside arch, suction cup, pinky toe side. And then relax. All right, let's do the knee. Inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend, aiming for that second and third toe. Nice smooth line in and out. If that back calf is tight, you can bend that back knee as well. Sometimes we've got to check in with other parts that we're not paying attention to very much. Excellent. All right. Push off, step back, or step the feet together forward. Turn that foot out, step that second foot forward. And we'll start by lifting up the toes, spread them out, set them back down. Suction cup that inner arch, big toe side, and relax. Suction cup that outer arch, and relax. And then let's go for the knee. Inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. Aiming for that second and third toe. Excellent. And then push off, step back, or step the feet forward together. And let's see, what arms do we want to do today? Since we're doing extension with the back, let's do just traditional arms. So step one foot out, or turn one foot out, step the first foot forward. If this is uncomfortable on your shoulders, you can always do hands to heart or cactus arms. We're gonna do arms straight up. So here we go. Inhale, arms up, bend that front knee. Exhale back. Inhale. And exhale. So one thing, I don't see anybody doing it, but you want to keep the gaze at the horizon or towards the floor. If you're looking up, you're going to pinch in that cervical spine in the back of the neck. That's, if we're like, oh, I'm extending, I'm doing a back bend. That's not great. And if we tuck the chin just slightly, you might feel some extension in the back of the neck doing it that way too. Excellent. And uno más, one more. Nice. Step feet back together. And then we'll do the other side. Turn that foot out, step the second foot forward. And here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. And one more. Nice. All right, so let's do a fabulous tree pose and then we'll do our Warrior 2 series. So for tree pose, if tree pose is super easy for you and you want to practice, since we have the blocks out, do it on the block right now. We're not going to do it. Yeah.
Nice try.
I know, I have to entertain you guys. So, all right, here we go. So pick a foot. That foot's going to get rooted onto the floor or the mat. Check in with the toes. Make sure it's solid and stable. And you can start with tripod or kickstand. So heel above the ankle. And then hands at the heart. So before you go anywhere, check it, because I just noticed I'm doing it. So I'm popping out. So I want to strengthen all the muscles all the way around that hip. So bad, better. All right, hands at the heart. You can grow your branches. And then if you have your balance and you want, you can bring that foot up higher. We don't want to rest it on that knee, even though it might feel more stable. It's not great for your knee. Hands can be wherever you like. You can move them. Do power pose, extending the index fingers up towards the sky. It's the power. Do Y, do T. Move both of them. Excellent. All right, and then coming out nice and gracefully. Shake it out, at least that straight leg, releasing any tension that we might have built up. And then let's do the other side. So get your foot rooted, heel above the ankle. Check in with that hip, nice and strong, hands at the heart. Grow your branches. And then if you want, you can bring that foot up. And then whatever you want to do with the arms, they can stay where they are, or you can move them. Excellent. And then coming out nice and gracefully. Excellent. Shake it out. So it's not, we'll do that one after, if I remember. All right, so let's do our Warrior 2. Option to use your blocks. We're gonna add, so we did low lunge, so we're gonna do high lunge here. So option to use your blocks. We'll do Warrior 2, side angle pose, peaceful warrior, and then high lunge. We'll do 3 times each side. So here we go. So we're gonna step 1 foot forward. Back foot's closer to 90 degrees. Hands at the heart, arms open out to the side, bend that front knee over that front ankle. Take a couple breaths here, settle in, extend. Excellent. All right, so exhale first, side angle pose. Forearm comes to that front thigh. This upper arm can be hip, hand towards the ceiling, or arm overhead. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, windmill around to peaceful warrior. And then a couple of options with the high lunge. So you can do this, swoop the back arm under, come up like that. Or since we got the blocks out, you can bring the hands down, pivot that back foot, and then come up. So however you want to get into your high lunge, you can do that. All right, let's go back to warrior 2. Side angle pose. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, high lunge. You can come down or come up. My foot's not sticking. All right, and then back to warrior 2. And we'll do one more time through. Woo. All right, here we go. Side angle pose. And inhale, peaceful warrior. And then high lunge. So hands can come down, or you can swoop the underarm back up. Excellent. We'll finish with the warrior 2. And then drop the arms and step the feet together. Excellent. All right. Shake anything out that needs shaken. So other foot in front, hands on the heart, arms open out to the side. Bend that front knee over that front ankle, gazes on the front fingers. And then let's do this side. Exhale, side angle pose. That upper arm can be on the hip, hand toward the ceiling or arm overhead. We're going to inhale, windmill around to peaceful warrior. And then exhale, option to bring that lower arm up. Or hands come down, pivot that back foot, and then inhale to high lunge. Excellent. Back to warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, high lunge. Nice. One more time through. We're going to start with warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, high lunge. Nice. All right, back to warrior 2. And we'll drop the arms and step the feet back together. All right, so we're going to do one more challenge, and then we'll come down to the mat. So this is, so a lot of times in yoga, we talk about opening the hips. I'm in the strengthen the hips camp. So in order to, we're not strengthening the joint, we're strengthening the muscles around it. So we're going to do some fabulous chair poses with all different options. So since we have blocks, option to bring a block in between the legs. And what that does is it activates muscles and strengthen them while we're in this pose. If that's not comfortable, that's fine. You can totally do it without. So what we're going to do is bring the feet in a little bit more to hold that in place, and then soften the knees so the knees aren't gripping. So we're doing the work in the thighs. All right, so comfortable with that or not, take it out of the way. And then we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, pointing to that opposite corner. And then we're gonna exhale and sit in our pretend chair. So arms can stay up. That's gonna be more work. If your shoulders don't like it, cactus arms. If they don't like that, you can do prayer hands. And if you don't like where your feet are, guess what? You can move them. Or if there's something else that's uncomfortable, fix it. We're not here for pain. All right, ready? We're gonna exhale, fold forward. And then we're gonna inhale, come back into your chair, maybe a little bit lower. Wherever you wanna do the arms. If the block is too much, you can take it out. All right, ready? One more. Exhale, fold forward. And then, if you can, even lower. If not, no worries. Excellent. We're going to exhale, release. Inhale, arms come all the way up. And then exhale, wherever they end up is fine. All right, it's going to do the twist with the chair, but we'll save it for next week. All right. Let's come down into, oh no, wait, we're going to do squat folds, and then we'll come down to the floor. I know they're your favorites. Okay. So option to do something different with the arms. Usually I just fold forward, come up, squat, come up. If you want, you can add arms to this to make it more interesting. I don't want to say hard. More of a challenge. All right, so inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, you do prayer hands into your squat, just as far as is comfortable. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, squat. We'll do one more set. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squat. Woo! All right. From here, you can sit on the floor, or if it's uncomfortable, you can come back up and then sit. Coming down nice and gently, or falling gracefully, whatever it takes. All right, I'm going to turn my mat sideways. Okay. All right, so let's go all the way down and grab a block. So we're going to start with bridge pose, and option, since we have the blocks, to bring a block in between the thighs. If that's not comfortable or not your thing, no worries, you can do it without. And we're just going to do standard bridge pose, so arms and hips. And we'll do a few. All right, so here we go. So we're going to inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale down. Excellent. Do two more. And last one. Nice. All right. So you move the block out of the way, and let's do We're gonna do Apanasana and then we're gonna do L's and B's. Okay, so option, you can always do one leg at a time for Apanasana, but I'm gonna do wide-legged. So knees far apart, exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. Gives you a little bit more space in that lumbar spine. Excellent. And then we're all going to bring the knees in towards the chest. On the inhale, arms up overhead, feet up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. On the next one, inhale, arms overhead, feet are a little bit wider apart. And on these, you can do the point and flex if you like. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Inhale, open a little bit wider, and point and flex if you like. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, open, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. And last one, inhale, open as wide as is comfortable, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Now we're gonna do the same thing in reverse order. So we're gonna bring the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, a little bit closer, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Inhale, open, a little bit closer, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Inhale, open, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. And then last one, inhale, legs together, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Excellent. All right, feet come down to the mat. A little bit wide and a little further out. Arms can come out to the side in a T. And then we're going to just do nice windshield wipers here. But I'm also going to give you the option of doing an it's an internal rotation of the hip. So what you do is one leg stays knee pointing up towards the ceiling. The other knee drops in towards the opposite heel. And then bring that knee back up and then do the other side. Knee drops in towards the heel, the opposite foot. So we're getting that opening on the outside of that hip flexor. Inhale, bring it up. Or if you don't like that one, you can just do both knees. Excellent. All right, coming back to center, we're going to bring the left foot into the center of the mat and cross that right leg over the left. We're going to drop both knees over towards the left side. And you can look with the head left, center, or right. Excellent. Inhale, both knees up to center. Exhale, knees to the right. The head can switch right, center, or left. Excellent. Inhale. Bring both knees up to center. Uncross. Right foot comes to the center of the mat. Left leg crosses over the right, and then both knees drop over to the left side. Excellent. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees drop to the right. And you can switch the head, left, center, or right. Excellent. We're going to inhale both knees up to center, uncross. Bring both knees into the chest. Last couple of Appanasanas. If you want to pause and rock side to side, you can do that. Nice little massage on that lower spine. And then come back to Appanasana. Still want to get that spine all the way symmetrical. Excellent. Both feet come back down to the mat. And then we're going to extend all the way out. If that's comfortable, you can always leave the knees bent, feet in the mat. And then we're going to do our palm tree pose arms. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale. And exhale. Finish the one you're on and do one more. And then relaxing the legs and the feet away from each other. Relaxing the arms down by your sides or out away from the body. Palms up or palms down. If you have a blanket and you want to put it over you or under your head, whatever feels good, you can bend your knees if that's more comfortable. And then getting any last little wiggles out. And let's do a full body relaxation. Walking up the body. Relaxing each part as we go. Starting with the feet. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's do sun breath number 2. That's this one. Hands out front, inhale, open, exhale, close. 3 times. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, closed. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Palms together, back at the heart, and namaste. Thanks, gang.